So I think we are live right now. First of all, thank you very much for viewing this video. Most likely you will be watching it in a recording. I still don't have that many subscribers, so people usually don't connect directly to my stream when it starts broadcasting. And I don't know at which year, at which month you will see. So just for your reference, today is April 5th, 2023. And I will speak today about two topics. One, the world economy, and the second one, the language models, the most known GPT-4, and ChatGPT, but in general, how these language models are increasingly approaching the humanity to the new paradigm. In first hand, quite a lot of things has happened during this time. My forecast for the economy is, from my standpoint, is still valid. I think that 2023 will be the year when the known economic system will start to collapse due to several reasons. First and the most important one is the lack of supply. We will see that Asian countries will start to reduce the production of goods, and this lack of supply will bring higher inflation in the developed world and Western world. At the same time, this will bring higher interest rates, and many of the industries that were reliant on low interest rates will suffer. I still think this is valid. We've seen that banks were going bankrupt in the past few months. Most noticeably is the Silicon Valley Bank. When I recorded my my last video, this didn't happen yet, but we will see more and more bankruptcies all around high tech and low or no margin fast expansion type of companies and financial institutions that are financing that companies. At the same point, we will see the devaluation of the currencies, of the Western currencies, but at the same time, this will not bring a fast collapse of everything, essentially because there is no good substitute of a good currency. And we never entered in this. Never know, but I would say in the modern history, we hadn't lived this kind of situation. Before the World War II, we had similar situation, but there were always some strong currencies, and the currencies were backed by gold, and gold had an intrinsic high value because of stereotypes. Right now, I think we are departing from that old world stereotypes. Therefore, I think we will be going less and less dependent on gold in terms of value storage, and we will be more taking gold as the resource that can be used in some electronics or building of any type of appliances or things. Therefore, I don't expect I don't expect we will be going back to the situation. But at the same point, I think we have the central banks with the idea to exploit the traditional money, the US dollar, euro, yen, and the Swiss franc, to exploit it at full before the electronic and digital money will become widespread. So what will happen with digital money and most commonly the cryptocurrencies? I think the cryptocurrencies, as we know it, private projects like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and so on, as a currencies, they will be on decline, and they will rise as technologies. So, for instance, Ethereum will be rising, or Ethereum-based projects will be rising as a technology provider for smart contracts. Much more applications will be developed where it is necessary to ensure the compliance and agreement of all parties within the decentralized network. We will see more and more cloud providers offering the such networks of decentralized nodes together with I even envision some multi-cloud blockchain network that would allow a truly decentralized worldwide and available network of nodes that will power the future of smart contracts. But I think private currencies as a value storage will be declining because governments and central banks around the world and the organizations as well, like World Economic Forum and similar, will be pushing towards a regulated cryptocurrency. I don't know if it will be a single currency for the world. It might be a single currency for the Western world. Let's say and when I say Western world, I would probably say the democratic world or world that is ruled by law rather than by some autocracies. And this I would include countries like Japan, that we would never consider it as a Western country because it's definitely in the Far East rather than in the West. But their model of economy and society is more similar to Western countries. The same for South Korea and for many countries and Asia that are developing themselves as a democracies and countries where you have a rule of law. So I expect to have maybe at the beginning some widespread different currencies for each and every region, but at the end, in the long term, I envision a single currency for all this region, and with very strict rules. So all this democratic and rule of law region will have the benefits of having the valuable money, and the other countries will have to pay the premium because they would definitely would prefer to use this currency compared to their own, that definitely will be built in a way that some autocratic leader can trick it and change everything in the logic of that currency. So if you are in the crypto, I would say, I mean, I will not be giving you an advice, but I don't think if you are an investor in currency itself, please have a look and be prepared to news of announcing of official currency that this will devaluate the private currencies. At the same point, investing in crypto is a very good option if you are considering investing into technology and not so much into the currency itself. So going to the next topic that I wanted to speak today is the GPT chat, GPT-4, and the large language models. So what I can say about this is that we are approaching much faster than I thought towards uh, the world where the human many of the white collar jobs will not be necessary anymore. And I speak here about lawyers, I speak here about doctors, I speak here about any type of administrative task and so on. If you have a look the presentation of Microsoft on Office Copilot, if you have looked what sorry, what GPT can do right now, you will find out that this is absolutely amazing. And what we can expect is that the companies will not be firing people straight away. What they will start doing, they will start incorporating these tools, and they will find out that the productivity of their staff is much higher compared to what it was before. They will be able to managers and decision makers will be able to produce the results they want without the reliance of some analysts or some support. They will not need many of assistant work, so directors and managers will be able to share executive assistant support among different leaders, so there will no need to be a single executive support for each and every leader, so one person will be able to support and manage maybe all the executive team. Same happens for the preparation of offers, so for the analyzing the reports, everything, all this kind of stuff will most likely be automated very shortly. And the way it will be automated will be much better compared to how humans actually could automate. So what we can expect is decrease in number of opportunities for young professionals, and the work of the senior professionals will be slightly different compared to what it was now. They will have to achieve more by themselves, but at the same point, they will have more control on what they are doing, and this thing that they will be able to achieve by themselves it might be even of better quality compared to what a junior junior manager or junior assistant or junior employee could offer to this senior employee. And the senior employee will be more doing like a decision making and reviewing of the work that AI will be doing for him. And I would say this is amazing in terms how fast the how fast the technology is growing in this regard. How much we went from the simple language model where you simply speak to the model that actually can very well analyze the big documents, the spreadsheets and so on. So amazing times. A lot of people unfortunately will suffer due to this, but at the same time and long term we will live, all of us, we will live better in the long term. Again, in the short term a lot of people will suffer, and especially in low income countries. Then what is happening as well in this field of AI, from what I've seen, there are already projects that try to mix the hardware and the hardware, like robotics hardware, with the LLMs, which is absolutely amazing. So what they consider is that LLM is not a specialist in many areas. It's doing what it's doing, but at the same moment, it surprisingly shows some sort of logic, which is I escape to understand how, with a simple consideration of what next word to put statistically in each and every case, it is able to achieve seeming amazingly logic results. So what the teams are doing right now is to consider the LLM models as orchestrators. So essentially, what they think is that let's take this language model. It's not expert like in analyzing the pictures or in controlling maybe some industrial process or maybe in some mathematical tasks. So let's take this language model, which is human-like, and let's put it to orchestrate all this specific and very narrow AIs that can bring you much better results in very narrow situation or very narrow task. So what is going on is that we are absolutely replicating the human machine behavior. So LLM is considered a human. It might have mistakes, but at the same time, if it's very well trained, and it definitely much better trained than many of the humans, if it is very well trained, it can orchestrate and manage and direct the more specific machine like AIs that have better vision, they have better understanding, that have better applicability in the narrow field that they are working. And this is absolutely crazy and mind-blowing, because this is what this is this is what Terminator were all about. No, you connect the system that is orchestrating and managing everything. So yeah, and the amazing thing is that we are developing in a super fast paced in this regard, and there are companies already that are connecting robotics hardware, as I mentioned before, which is like mechanical narrow application of AI. No, or it's not even AI, it's simply it's simply a hardware. But then when you apply this way of viewing the world through the LLMs, through the language models, you suddenly can find out that you can train this robot to replicate human behavior, no? And amazingly, these robots that are human-like, that have human-like behavior, we might see it even this year. Because there are some projects where OpenAI is already investing in. I suggest you to make an internet search on that. I will not give any names and so on, but there are projects where OpenAI is investing, and those projects are going very fast, and it's expected to have results even during this year with robotic systems that are powered by OpenAI, the language models. And imagine if you have the strong skeleton of a robot with the computer vision 4K 8K cameras, is powerful NVIDIA chipsets within that analyze the information in real time, or everything packed and everything orchestrated again by LLM, and this thing will be able to learn from the real world. It will be able to walk through the street, look at the people, and learn how to behave. And just to think about this makes me crazy. There will be a lot of good things that will go out of this. Imagine the home assistants, the home assistant that is a robot that will be able to clean, to do anything at your home, and protect, and so on. And it's absolutely crazy. I mean, I thought that we will arrive to this much longer, and this thing will be able to speak to you in a nice way. This thing will be able to be interesting, maybe even as a maid and a roommate. This thing will be able to help you when you're even alone. It will help you to have your home very well organized. Mind-blowing. And I suggest you to start watching the movies on AI, because this is possibly in 5 years, maybe you will have this system at your home at 5 years. It's a very short time, and I can't even imagine what these things can do in the realms like medicine, like engineering. If this thing, uh, and we see that they have some notions of logic. If this thing will be able to self-train and improve the logic it has, it will be able to do just amazing things, just incredible things. So yeah, we are living in an amazing time that will bring a lot of suffering, unfortunately, because these tectonic changes are not. It's impossible that it will go unattended, but at the same time, it's very interesting and amazing time to live. So I would say it's enough for today. I think I gave you uh, some thoughts to consider, some ideas. Just just enjoy the time and think how you could be useful for the society in an age where simple tasks or not creative tasks will be handed over to machines. Think about how you can be useful, and this will be the most important thing that you can do at this moment. Thank you again for your attention. If you have listened to my fireside chat, uh, I know that not many people are listening this. I would be happy to have some feedback or even maybe dialogue with someone on these topics, because um, I I watch also some videos of other YouTubers. I'm listening some podcasts, but it's very hard to find some person that really deeply understands what is going on, not superficially, and not how you can make a money with the GPT, but rather what will happen to all of us, how we will age, what what will be our future in 20, 30 years. It's very hard to find a person that is able to speak on these topics with some understanding and knowledge. There are people, no, there are people. They have podcasts, but definitely it's not a two-way conversation. It's always one-way conversation. And in the real life, with the people I can speak, it's very hard to find someone that actually can understand what an amazing change we are now living in. So, my friends, again, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much if you have listened to this entirely, and feel free to leave any comment. Feel free to maybe we could even have some online, like Google Meet, with some commenters, so we can speak and we can exchange our thoughts. It would be nice. Also in let's say in live environment, no, streaming live on YouTube. Again, thank you very much, and have a nice day or evening or morning, whenever time frame you are. Goodbye.